Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Have another shave of the day. Going back to something way back in the day. Haven't used it very much lately because I have all these other ones I prefer. But it is Stirling's Bay Rum. It's like, pull up the tub of it. There's not much left. There's probably about 3-4 more uses of it. It definitely has that bay rum smell. And when I first got it, it had more of a, you could smell the tallow in it. That seems to have gone away, is when there's not much left. Actually, I kind of like it now after it's been aired out for a while, a couple of years. And then when you lather it up, yeah, you get that green kind of, there's a slight kind of peppery note coming out of it all of a sudden, which is interesting. I don't remember that being in there before, but I get kind of that bay rum pepper smell coming out. And when you lather it up, it was just a small amount, and look at that. It's got the Jeffrey Smith almost drippery look. There we go. So it had a nice amount of lather for probably a quarter size amount of soap. It just like poof, exploded. And then we're going to be using the Edwin Jagger razor with some Voskhod blades. These are from the Shaving Disciple. Garrett sent those to me, and I'm going to try them together and see how it works. First use. And we'll follow up with some Pinaud Clubman. Use a little bit of that. Seems to be the way to go with that soap. All right, got a little bit of moisture on the face. I could do the. I was thinking, get one of those misters, like Sig's been using lately. He puts his cologne or aftershave in, and he goes, and then he takes a big breath in, and he's like, it's like cracks me up. All right, that'd be something to try out sometime. Get it really in here, and then the wife would come like, "What are you doing? The whole house smells like aftershave. Are you swimming in it? Are you taking a bath?" No, I'm not doing the Jeffrey Smith take the bath in the brute. That cracked me up too. His last video, it's like, when I was younger, my mom said, "Are you taking a bath in that stuff?" Man, my dad told me when I was younger, he showed me that this is the correct amount of Old Spice you're supposed to put on your face. And you can rub a little bit on your neck. So when the ladies get in there and get around your neck, they'll know that you're a man. They're like, "Okay, Dad, I can go with that." All right. So that's why you do it, for the ladies. Nice, smooth shave. All right. Let's go with it. Let's try this new blade and see how this works with these Voskhods. All right. Ooh. How are you feeling? It's like you can hear the blade working. Knocked it down. I got, let's see. I shaved at 7:30 yesterday morning because I had an appointment. So this is 28 hours. Yeah, about 28 hours of growth. Roughly. Maybe 27 and a half. Well, it's sort of working. Yeah, it's knocking it down. Not as pronounced as it was before. So, I think it was James that asked, it's like, "Hey, the next shave, do something and talk about military or military stories. Where do you begin?" I've had kind of an interesting career. I started off as enlisted. I'm a Mustang. I was a went through officer candidate school. I went through, made E5 sergeant. I was a forward observer. And that was enough to tell me that, yes, you have a vehicle with your rat rig carrying around all your gear, radio stuff and like that. But one thing I learned is that you still have to carry most of your house on your back to your forward position and then set up, because, you know, like infantry, scouts and stuff like that, they always wanted, you know, to set their stuff up nice and quiet, hidden, without any of the vehicles around. And well, your vehicle makes noise, so it's like you can go to a certain point and then you got to carry most of your gear in, set up your antenna and all that fun, gooey, lovely stuff. So then you run wire to it, and so you can set up a relay system through it. It's like you send one signal to one radio and then it would be sent out over the antenna. Ooh, nice job there. This stuff is kind of floppy, but I did a lot of that. Let me tell you, like when you're going through shooting, I've called in mortars, 105 millimeter, 105s, 155s, and 8 inches. Wow, this is really drippy today. Jeff would be proud. And let me tell you, you call in 8-inch guns, whew, danger close is, yeah, you're out there 2,000 yards. And when one of those rounds hit, it's like imagine someone with a big 5-pound, 10-pound sledgehammer smash into your, it's like you have some body armor on your chest, and then somebody hits it with a sledgehammer. It's like, you feel it. And let me tell you, it's like, what? I can't, what'd you say? Yeah. They say use hearing protection. It just goes right to your body. Yeah, there's a lot of that. So I did that. And then I went through, then I think I told the story before, but there's new people. I had was down in their 5th section. We had our 5th section had a captain, and he comes up and is like, the first word, sergeant wants to see you. Okay. So we go in there and he says, Sergeant, you're wasting your time here. Like, okay. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, I signed you up for officer candidate school, and the captain of the section is like, yep. You're going to officer candidate school. You're a good officer material. It's like, we'd hate to lose you as a good enlisted man, but I think you do a lot better as a officer. You have the skills. This was, you know, and so I think they expected me to go through school and then like pick artillery, being a good artillery officer. I thought about it hard. Like, do I want to go back into artillery? I'd be the fire control direction officer. So they'd lay the guns down, and it'd be my job to tell them what angle and azimuth, you know, to go and set up. And then when the fire mission would come over, I'd be the one that would plot, you know, how many bags, you know, range, all that stuff. And it's like, you'd also be working with the NCO also, with a veteran who just as good, probably better. because he had many years of experience from being a gun bunny all the way up to laying everything out. But so I thought really hard on it, but after all my time going through OCS, and let me tell you, you know, you always hear the stories about how miserable life can be going through basic training, and then all the other schools I went through to go with that. That was like a vacation comparatively. They just, to put it in, they really screw with your brain. We started off in our class, I think there was 120 guys and gals that started the OCS class with me at the same time. I think we graduated 22 or 24, something like that. That's what the attrition rate was. It was a, they were, let's bleep your brain. They really did a number on you. It was, man, like, that is all from, I still got a ton of soap left. That is like exploded. So, yeah, we did all kinds of activities and that. It was like, the funny thing was that when we had to do fire control familiarity. It's like, they teach you about calling in fire and all that stuff. And the guy that walks in was my NCO. And he's like, hey, how's it going? He's like, and they started teaching everybody how to do the, you know, the fire and everything. And because he was one of the top NCOs of the section and air on the guns, and he was like, hello, nice to see you. And so we're doing they had the plotting. They got a simulator that where we're at. This was up at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. And he would, it's like, all right, this is what it is. And he's like, you, cadet, or candidate. It's not a cadet, we're candidates. And he's like, do this fire mission. And I was like, rattled it right off. And he was like, and I never even did a fire adjustment. Just gave out the command to fire for effect. And he's like, bold, very bold, but effective, on target. And the attack officer later on, he pulled, he's like, wow, it's like you're getting a compliment from the attack officer. It's like that was very good. And it's like, sir, I was a 13 Fox. I was a Fort Observer, so this was my bread and butter. Like, I knew exactly what was going on. It's like I've been on those simulators, in the same exact simulators, because we'd run up, because if you couldn't do call for fire, because the only time you got to do call for fire was when you were out in the field, going out to the range. And that was like, you get one range time a year, practically. So, it was fun. Most of the time, it's like when I finally did graduate from OCS, I went into the Cav, running around in tanks as a tank commander, platoon leader, XO, troop commander. Work your way up. But let me tell you, it was some of the funnest times when you're with the platoons, or when you're in the field with the guys. Something. There, got it. There we go. So, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we had, when we were going through Office of Canada School, we were out in the field, and they had all the took everybody from the Midwest, all the different classes from all the different states. You're talking North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, and Indiana. All the different Office of Canada schools got all together, did one massive operation together for I think a month long, about 3. And we were out doing our patrols, early patrols. They were teaching tactics, and some of these classes were just ate up. You know, some of these guys from all these other classes were coming in, and we were just like, our TAC officers that we had were all infantry, so they just drilled into us infantry tactics after infantry tactics. And we went out there and started our first day of doing it, and our little crew, it's like I had in my squad, half my squad was my classmates from Iowa. And we just started doing our thing, and then the head TAC officer walks up and he's like, you, he points at all of us that we're doing everything, get to the back. It's like, we're wasting your time with you guys. It's like, you guys already know what you're doing. So they put the guys that didn't know much, put them out front and forced them to learn how to do stuff, because some of them had almost very little. And one of them said, wherever I'm going to use this stuff, I'm going into transportation. I'm going to be a transportation officer. There's no reason I need to know this stuff. All right. Well, it's like you're going to lead guys. You got to know how to do this stuff. Let me tell you, when the bullets start flying, training takes over. Anybody that's ever served knows that. It's like you want the lizard brain taken over and just going on rote memory and just doing it. You know, Voskhod, not a bad blade, but I think it's not as good. It doesn't feel as good as sharp as, let's say, an Astra blade or a Perma-Sharp. I'd say those two are a lot better. They work. It's knocking the beard down, but it just, you know, there's a slight edge. You know, it's like, you know, I'm giving the other two a slight edge, because, you know, I've used this blade many times with those two. And you just go out and go, Would I recommend them? Hey, if it's your first time shaving, hey, go with it, you know. About the only blades I would ever steer anybody away from are Dorcos. Oh, those things are horrible. But you're lucky if you get 1 or 2 shaves out of a blade. That's how bad I consider them. But 5 cents a piece, 2 shaves out of them, I'm not sure how much 100 of these go for. I need to look that up. Alright, I think a little bit of short stroking on the feeling all the spots. And yes, I'm going over with it without any soap on my face, but it's very, very, very slick. And I have moisture on my hands, so it adds that slickness very. So it seems to be fine. Alrighty. Oh. Now that felt good. Did provide a good shave. Smooth. Yeah, a little rough right there. I probably didn't do enough going over it, but I won't worry about it. It's not enough to bug me. Okay, aftershave time. Pinaud Clubman, vanilla. Come on there. Come on, a little more. There we go. Just enough to make the ladies happy. Little bit of stinging right here. Nothing on the upper lip. A little bit right there. But I'm not seeing any blood, so we're good to go. So it's like my usual suspects, right along my jawline, because it's like pretty like angled. So, and that smells good though. Okay, that was the shave of the day. That was Stirling's Bay Rum. I'm not sure. You keep thinking about it. Well, is this worth a tub? I don't know if it's worth a tub. Maybe I'll get another puck or something to put in here and use it over time. Because I got this little container from Stirling to put it in. All right, and that was Voskhod blades from Russian, I believe. And then this is the Edwin Jagger razor. Worked good together, provided a nice shave. It was not quite, the Voskhods don't seem to be quite on the level of like an Astra to me, but it works. It got the job done. All right, so hit the old like button, like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.